according to Dr. Deuk, we found out after we saw him, was how severely it was. Another fall, even a slight fall, I could have been wheelchair bound the rest of my life. Well, good morning, girls. You ready for a little food? I got a snack for you. Did anybody lay me some eggs this morning? Huh? Did anybody lay me some eggs this morning? I'm Jeannette. I'm 52 years old. I've had multiple sclerosis for 11 years, and I tend to fall because I have right side weakness. I have been falling for years and years, and finally, several months ago, I took a really bad fall. I could not get back up. And my girlfriend, she took one look at me and she knew, because I know I lost all color in my face, and she just called 911, and it took 4 guys to get me up off the ground because my back and my hips just completely locked up. I couldn't feel my legs. I fractured my left arm, and I couldn't get up. So after I got out of the hospital, the emergency room in the hospital up here, the local one, they sent me home with pain pills. But I'm not a good person to take pain pills because they make me very ill. So I did the best I could dealing with the pain. And so I slept a lot because it was easier to sleep than it was to fight trying to walk or get up or whatever. And when that got to the point to where I couldn't do that anymore because I couldn't sleep, then I went back to the doctor and said, you know, I fell and it's not getting better. And we tried a little bit of treatments, and it made it a little better, but it didn't make it to where I was never comfortable. I was constantly, if I moved a certain way, my leg would give out on me, and I took the risk of falling again. I cried a lot. I was having a lot of headaches. I couldn't shower myself, so I couldn't get in and take a proper shower like everybody else. I was having to do cloth showers and stuff. I just was completely dependent upon everybody to do just about everything, and I was horrified. Gobble. These are my turkeys. I've never had turkeys before, but they are characters. They're very, very people-oriented. Gobble, 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 gobble. So I went back to my doctor, and he said, well, let's take x-rays, which we did. And he called me the same day because the x-ray people called him the same day. That's how severely bad my lumbar was, and how, according to Dr. Deuk, we found out after we saw him, was how severely it was. Another fall, even a slight fall, I could have been wheelchair bound the rest of my life if I'd have completely broke my lumbar. So we did, as I say, we went to Dr. Deuk. After we did research on him, we made the decision, and I was in surgery 1 week later, and I will never look back. I can never say enough about Dr. Deuk and his sidekick that was in the surgery room with me, because these people are absolute, they're God's little angels out here for them to be able to do that with their hands and their minds and their eyes and somebody's back and put them back together. One of the things that I enjoy quite a bit is I play solitaire, and I have a disc on my computer that has 125 solitaire games on it, and I play it quite a lot. Unfortunately, it wins more than I ever do, that's for sure. But I couldn't even do this after my fall because I couldn't sit up in the chair. And even if I got up in the chair, within 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, I would have to get my brother to get me and take me back to bed because I would hurt so bad that I had to go back to bed. So again, I'm just more than happy with my surgery for sure. Before I had the surgery, it was just so hard because I have little animals in the house. I have a ferret, I have a cat, I have chickens, I have turkeys, and I couldn't take care of any of them. I had to have friends come over and take care of my ferrets because I couldn't get to their cage. I couldn't bend down to get to it. I couldn't even pick them up. This is his home away from home when he's not in his cage. I just have to reach in here and I pull him out. But the good thing about this is because of Dr. Deuk, I can get back down on the floor with him, whereby before, after the fall, I could not do that. So I went several months, more months than I care to count, where I couldn't get down and play with my ferrets. And that may sound silly to some people, but they do like to play. They're kind of like cats, and it was very difficult for me not being able to get down and play with them and take care of them and everything, so I had to have people do it for me. And I couldn't feed my chickens and turkeys, and I couldn't even get the eggs. Couldn't get the eggs out of their bins. So I just, none of that. And I can do all of that now. Another one that makes 8. Somebody's been busy. And I sure did miss doing, oh my God, 8. Forget the 8. 9, 10. Yeah. Don't talk nasty to me. We have a dozen eggs. Dr. Deuk did the surgery on a Thursday, and I was walking 2 hours after surgery and was in rehab on Friday and never stopped walking since.